what are some interesting stories that you have when you were working in your entire career with, let's say, Indian business tycoons like, let's say, Mr. Mukesh Ambani of Reliance or Shiv Nadar of HCL? What are some interesting anecdotes with him?
So we, during my Cisco days, we worked very closely because Reliance was one of the very good customers. So is, Ajimji, Premji, Wipro, so is the SCL. We had good relationship with these guys. We were selling the product and customers to them. The thing is that Indian market is quite different than the market here in the US. The thing is that one thing which we found out, particularly working with Reliance, they want everything, but they don't want to pay you much. So, very cost competitive in nature, and they want 80-90% discounts in that particular segments of the market. And they want the best, which is, so you need to make sure that you understand the dynamics, because if you make a lot of investment into those areas and you don't make your balance sheet and your profit margins and stuff like that, is very difficult. So be very careful in terms of dealing with big companies. And also when you deal with big companies, it is a gold mine if you make it successful, but it could be very dangerous to you if if it does not, you don't make it and they don't pick you, because there are a lot of choices to make. You're not the only one. So, on the other hand, they have big wings where they can go and cover many different segments of the market. And, so careful in terms of balancing the act together, but really understand what you're doing. In the end, as a startup, you control your destiny. Don't ever say that I partnered with Reliance and I failed. That's not the objective. Objective is you control your destiny. You're the one who's sitting on a driving seat, and then move your train, on a particular track and making sure you make it. Don't go in multiple tracks. Always follow focus. Focus is the most important thing in a startup.
Any interesting conversations that you recall with the founders of these companies like Reliance or HCL or Wipro?
Not really. I think I remember Mukesh Ambani meeting with him. He was basically saying is, that we partner with the best technology company. We try to, get the best product in the market. And he was giving example of, I think, Reliance when they were doing this fabric. And he's saying, that there are a lot of people are saying you cannot make the cheapest possible fabric, this thing. Or the other discussion he was saying about the telecommunication thing, because they wanted to make the phone call as cheap as the postcard, if you remember that thing, which is when they were launching Geo.
Yeah.
So he was saying is that, their objective is also to go to the masses in a very cost-effective fashion. So there are a lot of good advice there, leveraging best technologies. I mean, definitely, I think you want to do the best, particularly when you're looking at startup. And also, it's also good to, making it sure that you can make the penetration into the market if you're going in the consumer market, particularly, which is, I will not advise you to go, because the problem in consumer market is not the product, is the marketing and sales. We used to tell, if it'll cost you $1 to develop, it'll cost you $99 to market and sales. So those are the things which is very important. Every big CEO of a company or something, they will give you some subtle, very good advice. And you need to filter that out and say what is applicable to you. And if it's not applicable to you, let it go. I think this is another problem. We have, who said this, he said this, and I'm following what somebody said. That's a wrong way to think about it. The best way to think about it, I listen to everybody, but then I am on the control and driving the seat. You cannot just say, I learned this from him and I'm doing this, I'm in a wrong path. Yeah. It's your destiny.
That's a very wonderful way of putting it out.
If you learned something new from this video, do share it with your friends and subscribe to this channel so that we can bring you the best content possible. Also, if you want to watch this entire episode, click on the link in the description box and you can go to Kushal Lodha YouTube channel and watch the entire podcast episode. Thank you so much for watching this and have an amazing day.